Hey YouTube, doing a video here on, I got questions about that oil change, Briggs don't change oil video that I did, and some people were asking how to change the oil and if it could be changed. And yeah, it could be changed. And how should you change it? Well, I would say you loosen up this tube and you could tip the mower and just tip it up this way into a container and change it out that way. Or they do have pumps that go down, stick a hose down there, you could pump it out by hand, or there might be electric ones, but it's pretty simple to change out the oil. Now, some motors underneath will have a drain plug, and these are just bottom sumps from engines where I can show you that. Let's see, this one right here. Drain plug's been removed, but this is where it is. Now, this is on a lot of older models, because now newer ones, that may look like a plug, but that's nothing. There is no plug. So in this case, you can see here, there's nothing here. In this case, you have to tip the motor in order to drain it, or put the tube down. This one you could still drain out of here, but my recommendation is that you don't do it that way. And the reason being is this example right here, where someone did this and broke this, where the drain plug screws in. So after they drained the oil out, then the plug wouldn't seal. So basically this motor had to come off and put a new sump on it. So pretty expensive repair for something that really you didn't need to do. Now, some people might say, yeah, but it's better if you do it that way. So this is what I'm going to demonstrate here. These are two identical sumps. Every motor, you know, of course, is different, but these are two Quantums. If you look in here, okay, this is a little dirty just because it was in a scrap bin, but this is where you would open up, okay? At this level, okay, if the motor's sitting flat, you open this up, yes, it's going to drain down, the oil's going to drain out. Right here, you're not going to drain this, you're not really going to drain completely out of these sections, okay, so there's going to be oil trapped in here. Another thing is, this I call sludge. It's like pulling a cork, or you know, your bathtub, the water's just going to keep draining down, okay? So there's not going to be a flow coming out of here to kind of get this sludge off the surface. When you're doing the same thing here, okay, the tube is here, okay, the drain plug would be here, but say the tube is here, you tip this up. Now, all that oil, sludge, it's got to run down through the side and come out. Okay, now one thing of note, let's just say this is in this direction, okay, so the oil level keeps dropping, comes out here, okay, there could be oil that remains back in here. So what I do is dump it over, then once it stops dripping, it's like this, and I put the mower back down, lift it up this way, so the oil comes out of this area down to the bottom, and then lift it up like that. Try to get that remaining amount out. So what I'm really saying is there may be an ounce, you know, left behind in here, whether you do it this way. If you pull this plug, you may have an ounce or two left, but by tipping it up, you're getting a lot of this sludge and everything to move down and to flow out. With this method, it's just gravity. You're not really getting anything off the bottom. Now, some people may say, well, I've done it this way for forever, and it works that way, and you know, I'm not saying that it's improper to do, just I don't do it, because if I get a mower that I don't know the history of, I don't want to come in, you know, into this problem here. If this plug was never removed, I took it off, it broke, you know, then you're looking at doing engine rebuild work. So to answer the question that people had about how to drain their oil, just simply, you know, tip it up, run it, let it warm up, pull the stick, and tip it over, depending on which side your stick is on. Now this one has a stick on this side. This one here is just the opposite, Honda style. Stick is on this side. Now both times you'd be flipping it with the carb side up, that side down. Here's Tecumseh style. Here's your dipstick. Carbs up there, so you'd be flipping this way. So this one we get flipped up this way, whereas this Briggs would flip that way, and Honda style will come up, flip that way. So that's something I want to demonstrate. I've only seen one of these broke, but you know, I had other ones that I didn't remove. Now this one I didn't remove. The previous owner removed it and broke it. So even in this style, your drain plug is there. You come up and drain it out this way, same thing. You're gonna have a little oil left back in there. You know, you could tip it up this way and try to get it out, but realistically, this one here, when it drains out, you're still going to have some oil, and you're going to have mostly all the sludge left behind. So for that reason, you know, that's one of the main things you want to try to get out, is that sludge out of that oil. That's why you run it, to kind of stir it up a little bit. But when it's warm, if it can, you know, drain out, just as the oil flows across and take out those contaminants, that's what you want to do. So, okay, yeah, I mean, that's my recommendation. It doesn't mean that you can't do it that way, but if you have any comments, leave them in the comment section. Okay, thanks.